Good evening. Hello, everyone. My name is Massimo Bonavita, and today I am replacing Emanuele Baroni. Hopefully, I will manage to make a presentation of this project as well as he does. So, unfortunately, I'm not Emanuele, so skip the slide, please, and today's program. First of all, we will discuss why NDE project was created and which problems it deals with, how it works, where we go, which tools we need, what the company has already achieved, what we can do as Evorich network, and in the end, I will give you some examples of the use of digital guarantees. Great. Why did NDE project come up? NDE, New Digital Evolution or Digital Guarantees in one click. This is a company that creates a synergy between new technologies such as blockchain and smart contracts and the traditional economic world, offering a solution to the comprehensive global economic and social crisis problems. We offer solutions to individuals and businesses for them to address their social and economic challenges. And here, let's have a look at those problems digital guarantees may address. And please remember about one important thing. Before I dwell on this slide, I'd like to tell you that NDE is not a financial institution. NDE does not sell any financial services, but by using digital guarantees, we get an economic tool and digital training courses that will help people who join this project to address their challenges, different challenges they may have. The challenges I'm going to enumerate. First of all, this is an issue, and I believe it is quite well spread in business world. This is a risk of default, of non-payment. And I know that companies today find it difficult to get loans and to make their clients pay. Whereas in our system, this risk does not exist because through digital guarantees, clients may avoid the problem of insolvency, and it is not possible to revoke the payment after it is made. And regarding individuals and businesses, another challenge is the rejection of loans. So we address this challenge as well. And now I will show you that this project changes the system of assessment of the credit history of a person and of a business. And we can resolve the issue of the digital rating of the credit history, and therefore we have a totally new system thanks to which everyone may get access to loan proceeds. And another challenge I'd like to discuss is the shortage of knowledge with individuals and entrepreneurs. So which knowledge am I talking about? Knowledge about the digital world, because as they say, knowledge is power. And thanks to our training courses, NDE educational courses, entrepreneurs get a great chance to get trained in the basics of this digital world and update their knowledge that will help them in future to resolve their financial challenges. They will learn what tokens are, cryptocurrencies are, decentralization, and by using a blockchain, this is a system which allows us to create different processes, transparent processes that could not be revoked, and through blockchain, we may develop a totally new product in different sectors. Because as you know, now all the businesses changed their focus and now they pay attention to blockchain. And we must understand that digital world is not our future. This is our present. And different sectors migrate their records and work on blockchain. And therefore, we should understand that quite soon we will have to get to know this world better. And here, a few words about the requirements set to be able to use digital guarantees. In the left-hand corner, there are 4 tokens in our system: WCRU token, digital share, then utility token called CRU, and this is the start of our project. UNTB, this is another utility token that is needed to start the process on blockchain to carry out operations, and a stablecoin USDU that equals to $1. What are the requirements to use digital guarantees? First of all, they are assets in tokens, tokenized assets, then your rating of possession of ownership, percentage of use as a guarantee of the total number of tokens, and your history and the history and listing of tokens on the coin market cap. So generally, this market is used as we call it the digital world, and the requirements described above will be needed. You need to meet them to get a digital guarantee, and all this is a part of a digital rating. And there is another important thing, and let's discuss why our project is reliable. Security token WCRU is a digitalized share backed by tangible assets, which means that these assets ensure the credibility and reliability of our token. Apologies. Sometimes I stop for a while because this is the first time I'm making my presentation. Hopefully everything goes well. And once again, I will repeat it. Why our WCRU security token is so important. First of all, it is backed by the tangible assets of our investment portfolio, which you see in this slide. It includes different sectors real estate, healthcare, and our portfolio altogether includes 20 different economic sectors. And we have these stocks of different businesses, companies, and here we give an example of such companies as Artificial Diamonds, Basel Technologies. These are some of our projects. YouGain, this is a platform for small and medium-sized businesses. Evercent is a very interesting project in the sector of fashion and beauty. We started an Evercent program, and we have perfumes created by a perfumer, Ramon Bihar. Unitex is our exchange where we can exchange our tokens and exchange them into different crypto coins such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, and we have a payment system. This is our gateway, payment gateway, which quite recently was awarded at Dubai Expo and Malta Expo. And Global Unit Pay is an interesting project, And the last project I'd like to mention is NDE. All these companies, all these projects are interlinked, and they help us to support our digitalized share world CRU by real tangible assets. We are also authorized by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and we are fully legitimate. And since our digital shares may be sold only by our partner company, UGPay Group, this is the company specializing in operations, financial operations, and it is established in Switzerland. We have a license of a Swiss regulator, FINMA. So we are authorized both by SEC and FINMA. And here in this slide, I'd like to show you why our guarantee is active. Why do we call it active? We know quite well that when we request a bank guarantee from a bank, we get a request from a bank to submit an income statement for the last 3 or 6 months. But this is a passive guarantee, because in case we lose our job or there are some financial constraints, then we immediately lose our credit history because we may not pay off our loans or mortgages. And then we invented an active guarantee. Why? Because our tokens may be frozen on blockchain and they will guarantee some earning. And this process is called staking. This is a continuous passive income which is earned, and accordingly, our guarantee for the clients is active. We have the capital which generates income for us. And therefore, in a nutshell, we have something that helps us pay back our loans, mortgages, or some installments. And I'd like to tell you as well that the dividends and tokens issued that are paid in USDU could be used to pay the interest or the installments, and therefore staking helps us to pay for our goods, services, or to get the loan proceeds to the bank. Next slide. And now let's have a look at the services we may use by being a member of NDE project. First of all, we offer a wide range of opportunities, services, as we'd like NDE to become an integral part of our daily routine. When we get up in the morning, what do we want? We want to drink a cup of coffee, and we want NDE to become our habit, good habit, which will allow us to pay for the utility bills and rent cars, different machines, equipment, some housing, apartment, houses, and buy goods and services. And by using NDE project, we may get loans, mortgages, subsidies, and guarantees in favor of third parties. We don't need to ask why we need to do it. It will be our habit to use this tool called Digital Guarantee and improve our standard of life. So what does Digital Guarantee offer and how does it work? So NDE offers digital training in digital technologies. Over 2 years of our operation, over the pandemic years, so we developed the courses and we decided to create something as a support to our companies, to our clients. So 2 courses for private individuals and 4 courses for businesses. And we offer tools that will help us create smart contracts based on blockchain. You know that we have crypto unit blockchain, and the main tool is a smart contract that can be concluded between individuals and businesses, between businesses and individuals, and between private companies and financial institutions. Therefore, we may conclude contracts C2C, customer to customer. For instance, a marketplace or on Facebook. So you may buy a car from another individual. It could be done under a smart contract. The second example is business to business. So businesses interact under a smart contract. B2C, companies and clients, and it's quite logical, as generally businesses offer their goods and services to individuals, and the last arrangement is private companies and financial institutions. I believe it's clear. Let's move on. And here you see a screenshot. This is the dashboard of the back office. And this part is about smart contracts. Smart contracts could be concluded on any device, tablet, laptop, PC, and even smartphone. Smart contract operates in the following way. If I want to buy any good or service, I go to the registry of businesses, choose the vendor of this good, my ideal vendor. I get in contact with this vendor and choose the contract, the relevant contract. Today, we uploaded 36 active smart contracts. Another 12 will be uploaded on blockchain quite soon. And by the end of April, we expect another 50. And eventually our community will get access to 100 smart contracts. And the moment I start talking to my vendor, we start exchanging different contracts. For instance, I want to change a car. I choose a car dealer, send a smart contract with my terms and conditions, describe the terms of payment and other conditions under the contract. On the other hand, the car dealer looks through the smart contract, makes some modifications. For instance, the payment will be done in part. One part is in fiat, the other one is in crypto, and after coming to a conclusion, we sign a smart contract. A smart contract may be ratified on blockchain by a digital manager only. Digital manager is a professional. This is a profession that was invented by our project, but a bit later I will come back to it. And where do we want to go? Where do we head? And you know, please remember that in our community, there are almost 2 million people who are in 167 countries. Out of these 1.8 million people, there are 900,000 people with the wallets on our blockchain. And our target is 50% of the Evorich users with blockchain wallets open. Therefore, by the end of 2022, the target is to have 450,000 users with the licenses bought, and they will be the participants of our project. And can you imagine how this number will increase if those people who are not a part of this project learn about it and understand all its benefits? Another goal, another target is 10 million companies as our users by 2030. You may believe that this is a big figure, but you know, globally, there are over 450 million companies. And our plan is to capture only 2.5% of the total number of companies, which means that we will give a chance to these companies to enter our project. After that, as soon as the registry is filled out, we will close them as the number of seats is limited. And accordingly, the first come, the first served. And these companies will do business with different businesses and individuals that will be on our platform. Of course, we didn't talk about an important part, that is financial institutions and banks. You know that banks are very conventional institutions, and they are interested in stronger guarantees, and therefore they have a number of requirements for us to start cooperating. First of all, they would like our token to be listed at least at 2-3 primary exchanges. Another requirement is listing on the coin market cap. I said before that coin market cap is the Bible of the digital financial world. There you may find the cryptocurrencies, almost all the cryptocurrencies in this world. Another requirement is 3 months active market, so that our token is actively traded for at least 3 months and 15,000 users in each country. As soon as we meet all these requirements, we can become a partner of a bank and use different services of this bank. Next slide. And let's have a look at the tools we offer. Information. We provide information, different webinars. We prepare videos, video tutorials. We have 2 websites. One of them is on distant learning, and the other one is about frequently asked questions. Therefore, we continue with our trainings. There are 2 types of trainings: courses for digital sellers and courses to get different licenses for individuals and for companies. And to offer a service of our project, we need a platform. And to conclude smart contracts on crypto unit blockchain, this platform will be needed for private individuals and businesses and banks to come to an agreement. There will be a 2FA authentication. This function will make us reliable and safe, ensuring that the transaction will be done in a fair way and tokens will be blocked on blockchain for both the parties to meet their obligations. And we offer Promo 90 and Promo 200. These are promotions. Promo 90 is a discount for trainings, and Promo 200 is a promotion for the Association of Businesses. And let's move on. And please see which needs do businesses have and which tools do we have to help these businesses and satisfy their needs. I think that it is quite obvious that any business operating on the market needs advertising. And how can we resolve it? First of all, we provide digital signalers and sellers and the network. We offer digital registries, and we also offer advertising services. What else do enterprises need? They need sales. If I am a producer, I'm interested in sales. And how can NDE help? Thanks to e-commerce developed and a block. And what is a block, by the way? A block is a container that accepts orders for goods that will be posted in our NDE points, or these containers will be located in some companies or in warehouses. But what is the peculiarity of these ad blocks? They will also act as validation nodes for our blockchain. Therefore, each block will have a node deployed to validate data. And the third group of needs of businesses is growth in the number of clients. The more clients I have, the better it is. How can we help companies to increase their clients? First of all, by tracking. This is an important tool which is called Digital Doc. So this is a software which helps you to track the entire journey, the entire route from the production of the product to its consumption, any type of product. So it could be tracked on blockchain. And if it is tracked, it means that you may grant the relevant certificate and the company will be 100% certain that it's not the fraudulent product. It meets the relevant criteria and characteristics, and its origin is confirmed by the certificate. You know, in Italy, there are about 80% of the goods produced in Italy are counterfeit globally, and our companies suffer a lot from this. And it does not apply solely to Italy, but to France, Chinese wine and cheeses. And this is our common problem that can be addressed through this tracking digital doc. So this is a website where you may register, and accordingly, you will be able to keep track of the products, of the goods, and accordingly start fighting against counterfeit products. And all the products that you get into your hands, you may track their origin and see if it is authentic or counterfeit. What else do businesses need? They need to increase their turnover. Of course, digital guarantees will help the companies get digital guarantees and clients. And the number of clients and the turnover are interlinked. And we are ready to help these companies with the payment system. The payment system we came to an agreement with a few days ago, and this system will be presented in another few days, and you will see how peculiar it is. Next slide, please. Before that, I told you about the companies, but in our project, we have private individuals as well. And today, we have a lot of partners who registered in our registry. I am a private individual. There are two products, License M and License A. License M is 100 units or $100, and it can be used by the community for rental or purchase of goods and services from the vendor, or rent real estate between individuals. All these will be available without the need to go to a bank or a financial middleman. And you know, generally, I offer my prospect License A as it is fuller, unlike License M. And in any case, my advice is to buy License M if you are not of age. You know why? Because when you buy a license, you immediately start to activate your digital rating. And when a person under 18 buys License M, what would happen a few years after? When he reaches the age, he may use his rating to get a digital guarantee. And this is an extra earning when he stakes his tokens. And by the time he's 18, I think I believe a young person after he reaches 18 may use it to pay for their education or to buy a second-hand car. And next slide, let's have a look at the license I mentioned above. License A, in addition to having everything License M has, with license A, we may go to a bank and request for a mortgage or a loan. So this license is needed for more important economic operations, such as buying a car, a house, some furniture. And afterwards, I will give you some examples of how license A will be used by private individuals. But another important thing about license A, and here I'd like to convey the idea, and look, thanks to license A, we may also give our tokens as a collateral to third parties, friends, relatives, acquaintances. Suppose I know one guy and he wants to repair his car. He registers in a registry, buys license A, and he would like to get some loan. And he may not get this loan right away because, you know, generally, you need to wait for 12 months to get a digital rating. And in this case, I may help my friend and give him my tokens. It is as if he has a chance to get the funding from a bank, and he will use my tokens and my digital rating. And we may help others only if you have license A. You help them to work, and you work collaboratively with all our community. And in addition to that, they don't need to wait for long to request for funding and to participate in some projects. So what should our Evorich network do to develop this project? We have two important figures, and the first one is a promoter. You know, before we frequently talked and said that a promoter is the user who participates in corporate digital training. This person takes care of selecting companies and making the first appointments, arrangements. And this is a very important figure because a promoter should be well trained, and he must have license A. He must take a training for a digital seller. He is not obliged to take a test, but he should enjoy high competencies like the digital seller, because he is the first port of talk to the potential client and may ruin the first impression. Therefore, a digital seller is the professional seller trained to sell NDE digital products. And by the way, he has license A, but unlike the promoter, he takes an exam, passes an exam. And the higher his performance score during the exam, then the higher the type of the company he may cooperate. If he scores the maximum number of points, then he can work with a holding. If less, then you can work with the individual entrepreneurs. And what is A.L.IM? A.L.IM is a free entrepreneurs association, an employees association that works with small and medium-sized businesses. This association assists and helps with legal and tax services, and some other administrative constraints, it provides advice and access to other services. Collaboration between A.L.IM and NDE. You can get access to extra projects that are split into several sectors. So A.L.IM promotes and recognizes digital consultants and develops microloans and is in charge to establish a pension fund. But for this, we need at least 15,000 people that will work in our project as a staff. In its turn, NDE promotes digital training, remote digital training, and digital services instrument. Digital consultants are digital sellers. And then we have digital managers, and this is the only profession that will have access to blockchain-based contracts. And if we have 10 million companies in our project, we will have 10 million digital sellers, because each company will have its own digital manager. But in addition to that, there will be free professionals, those people who will take orders from different companies. And then there will be a digital administrator that will control the execution of smart contracts, and a digital admin is a person that helps companies to make changes on blockchain and that will start the system of tracking of the final product on blockchain.
And before that, we talked about promo 90 for companies. So why did we decide to do that? Well, we saw that within this prolonged economic crisis, companies experience financial difficulties, and we decided to reduce the initial cost by 90% of our training so that more companies would be able to join the project by using the same money. Companies now can not only buy training, but also tokens. The training courses that we provide are about innovative technologies, and you can get tax cuts, they are tax deductible. Well, that's how it works in Italy, but I'm sure you have same tax concessions in your countries as well. There might be some tax cuts if you participate in the innovative projects. Okay, promo 90 is based on 3 required elements. First, it's the training that we mentioned before. We have 4 training courses categories aimed at working with companies, and that course is purchased at the NDE website. Then we have the API Profi Investor training that you can buy within 60 days since the purchasing of the NDE training course license B, C, D, and E at a discounted price with the promo code obtained in the NDE back office. Plus, you can purchase WCRU at a discounted price to create your digital rating, and you can do it either directly at UGPay Group website, or you can buy CRUs at Unitex. So it is very easy to find the course that you need at the NDE website after you join it with your, access it with your username and password. You go to your back office, and then you use a hyper discounted price of 90 to 40%. And now you choose the course that you want. We decided to divide companies into 4 categories. We've already mentioned that. The company can purchase a training course that is intended for a higher category. For example, the limited liability company can decide to purchase a training course that is intended for holdings if they want to. But you can not do it the other way around. A holding cannot purchase a training course intended for limited liability companies or associations or individual entrepreneurs. So you can purchase the training course of a higher category, but you cannot purchase a training course that is a lower category than the one you have to purchase to have access to digital guarantees. So let's talk about the Profi Investor courses, which is one of the prerequisites for the participation in the project. And for you to join our registry, you need to take that course. It's again, a requirement for companies because they need to understand how investments work. And this will give you an opportunity, depending on which course you took, to invest a certain amount of money. If you take Profi Investor, the 3rd category, then a company can invest up to $10,000 a year in the token equivalent. The Profi Investor category 2 allows you to invest up to a maximum of $100,000. Profi Investor category 1 allows to invest up to $1 million, and Invest Consultant, which is the highest degree, allows to invest the maximum amount, which is no limit at all. And here you can invest any amount into tokens. Let's go to the next slide, please. Now, here we're talking about reservation of security tokens, and depending on the purchased type of license, whether you are an individual entrepreneur or a stock company or limited liability company, you need to purchase a certain amount of tokens to be included in the digital rating. And again, we are not putting any limitations here. The only limitation is that a Profi Investor course needs to be taken that we've just mentioned. So if you purchase the license B type, then you need to purchase at least 750 units. You need to spend 750 units. So if you take category 3 Profi Investors, you will be able to invest only $10,000 in tokens. So here you can see our initial prices and the huge discount that we are offering right now. And the course that cost $2,500 now cost 220 euros or $250. And the license E for holdings and corporations used to cost $25,000. And now it costs only 1,500 euros. So we are in Italy, based in Italy. That's why we show all the prices in euros. But I don't think it will be difficult for you to convert euros into your domestic currency or dollars. So here you can see the standard price for registration codes, our registry codes. Previously, we had a standard price of $2,500, but we decided it would be more fair to categorize those prices across 4 categories. So our prices for the registry codes have changed because it is not entirely fair that individual entrepreneurs should pay the same price as the holding. So that's why you can see the prices range from 500 euros. And also, in addition, our company launched one more promotion, 100-day launch. And as you can see, we have an opportunity here to receive very high commission fees, very high bonuses from the sale of licenses. For example, self-employed person that will be purchasing the product for $5,000 within the promo, it will be just 720 euros, and the promoter will get 10% from that amount, which is 72 euros, and the digital seller will get 30%, which is 216 euros. And I wanted to tell you that promoters and digital sellers can be the same person. Therefore, you can receive a total of 290 euros, which is quite a huge amount. I don't remember any company that would offer 40% commission fee. Now let's move on and see at the current promotion for licenses M and A, which is physical individuals, natural persons. So the license M cost will be 150 euros under the promo, and the license A that is regularly costs 600 euros under the promotion will cost 450. Again, we are not allocating bonuses across the network, but what we do is we give 10% to the promoter and 30% to the digital seller. So we reward people who really work, and your remuneration will be quite decent. So this is another news of ours that Emanuele Baroni must have told you already. You get the opportunity to pay for your license A from the 15th of March to the 15th of June, not only in fiat currency, but also in a hybrid system. You can partially pay in CRUs. And if I decide to purchase the license from the 15th of March to the 31st of March, I can pay 50 euros in fiat money and 400 euros in the equivalent of CRUs. It is not an obligation. If I have 450 euros in fiat money that I can dispose of, then I can pay the entire price in fiat without splitting it into two amounts, fiat and CRUs. But if it's more convenient for me to use CRU tokens, I can use CRU tokens. Now let's change the slides and let's take a look at the additional opportunities that the company decided to offer. Probably people who have been with us for a long time know already that if you purchased license M and then decided to upgrade it to license A, you had to purchase license A from scratch. So you would have two licenses. Now we decided to meet halfway people who already purchased license M and would like to purchase license A. We do not make them, our partners, to pay two licenses. What we allow them to do is to simply upgrade their license to their license M to license A by simply paying the difference. So again, you can partially pay in fiat and in CRU tokens. Let's go to the next slide, please. I hope we are almost at the end of our presentation. So let's talk about the example of the promoter. We took an average salary in Italy of 1,250 euros, which is 22 working days, 176 working hours for an average salary of 1,250. So the promoter who already has a workplace but would like to earn something extra, they can work with us for 36 hours. And here we took some of the licenses and show you the percentage that that person can earn. And for 36 hours of work, you can earn 694 euros, which is quite a considerable, hefty amount. Even for people who have education. people who have permanent job, a 700 euros extra is an interesting opportunity, I think. So now let's take a look at the earnings of the digital guarantee seller. And again, they work together with the promoter. Therefore, the more promoters you have, trained promoters you have, every digital seller can have one colleague that helps them looking for companies. And a digital seller, if they develop the correct strategy of working with the companies, they can work, by closing deals, already pre-prepared deals, or they can be on the lookout for prospective customers on their own if they want to. So if a person works for 36 hours to close the promoter's work, they can get a total of 2,000 euros. But if they work as a promoter themselves, they can earn as much as almost 3,000 euros per month. Now let's take a look at one of our last slides. We are already been here for almost an hour, and let's take a look at how you can rent, for example, something, I don't know, real estate, thanks to our digital guarantees. I have tokens, I purchase my license, I find a person who is also a participant in our project and is ready to rent something. We conclude a smart contract. We use staking in order to earn even more, for me to receive my utility tokens, blockchain tokens, native tokens, UNTBs that can be sold as well, and that will bring me a certain amount that will help me pay for my for the rent of the real estate that I wanted to rent. And now let's take a look what's going to happen if I decide to purchase a car without a digital guarantee. I'm an owner, I'm a physical individual or a company, and I decide to buy a new car. I sell my tokens, I purchase a car, and I pay for the insurance, I pay for the taxes, I pay for the maintenance, the body shop, and that people that replace my tires, oil and stuff. So what happens in 10 years, my car is old, I need a new car, but the problem is that I don't have money anymore that would allow me, or tokens that will allow me to purchase a new car, because I sold them 10 years ago, and in 10 years that car totally depreciated and was associated only with costs. Now let's see what happens in the next slide. We rent a car with digital guarantee, and I'm still the owner of the tokens. I purchase a license, and in this case, I'm using staking. So I use my tokens and stake them. It's like a deposit account on the blockchain. I conclude a smart contract. I find myself a company that is ready to rent a car to me, and I can use new cars every 6, 12, 24 months, and all the costs are taken care of by the rental company, and they also provide maintenance to my car. The only thing I pay for is gasoline, so I have no maintenance costs, and it's enough for me to pay the monthly rent for that car, and my utility tokens help me with that I receive the reward for staking. But what is wonderful here is they still get to keep my original capital, and the value of that capital will be increasing over time because the tokens are growing in price in the market, and after 10 years expire, I still have my capital to dispose of it according to my wishes. Now let's take a look at how the mortgage works with subjective classic rating. Everything is based on the rating of a specific individual. So we have two young individuals. that want to build a family and would like to purchase a house or an apartment. They go to the bank. The bank asks for their work experience for at least 5 years, over the last 5-6 years. And there are very few contracts that are concluded for an indefinite period of time. It's already an obstacle. But even if you're fully employed for an indefinite period of time, you have a labor contract, you still might not be eligible for a loan because your company might be experiencing financial difficulties and does not pay you decent salary. So most probably the bank will not just ask for your labor agreement. Very often the bank will ask for guarantors, like people who will vouch for you, or you might pledge your real estate as collateral and your house. And if you are not able to pay your mortgages, then very often the bank can claim your apartment or your house. Now let's take a look at the next slide and take a look at the mortgage with objective digital rating. The same young couple that would like to purchase a house, they own tokens, they purchase license A, they are in our rating, have been now rating from 1 to 3 years, and they show us, the bank, that they have the capital, they know how to manage it, they put their tokens on staking, they conclude a smart contract, and the bank has an absolute guarantee in the form of liquid tokens. And the bank does not need to worry about having to sell real estate on auction if they take that real estate. If the person stops making payments, the bank will simply have to sell liquid tokens on the exchange or in any other way. Also, let's think about the fact that making a smart contract takes literally several minutes, and any bank or your counterparty or your supplier immediately sees your solvency, the number of tokens that you're ready to leave pledge as collateral, as a guarantee. And it serves as a safe, secure, guarantee of your cooperation. And imagine a traditional bank. When you go to a bank, they ask for a huge package of documents from you. They take a lot of time to consider those documents. They ask for additional guarantees. Meanwhile, you can lose some very lucrative deals, contracts. With digital guarantees, everything happens very fastly. So because the bank is sure of the value of our tokens, the bank knows that the capital will be growing, the value of the capital will be growing of the applicant for loan, and the bank is willing to work with us and not with someone else who doesn't have those tokens. And now let's go to the last slide. And I hope that I wasn't too fast. Our translators were able to keep up with me. And I would like to apologize if somewhere I wasn't clear enough, but this is my first presentation at the international level. So today I had the honor of substituting our project manager, the manager of our project, and I would like to bid farewell to you, and I will be waiting for you at our next webinar. I suggest you guys address your questions directly to Emanuele or into our common chats. And here I would like to tell you goodbye and thank you for your attention. See you next time. Bye-bye.